Send me some sorry lines, but passion undying that the oceans can't.
Hi everybody, welcome to Polymer Clay TV. Today we're talking about using embossing powders, and on these projects we've used the embossing powders on the surface, and we're going to show you how to make this box in Polymer Clay Classroom, and we'll show you how to do the embossing. And let me move it a little so you can see. It makes it really shiny and it raises it above the clay. But the secret to this is that you have to do it on already baked clay, otherwise the embossing powder gets all over your clay. So you have to make your piece, fire it, and then come back and add the embossing powder to it. So the technique I'm going to show you today is a little different. It's not embossing on the surface. That you'll see in Polymer Clay Classroom. But what I'm going to show you is putting the embossing powder into the crevices of a stamp design. Here's one which I'm going to show you this type of look, and I've used a kaleidoscope color transparent embossing powder, and it actually is like a purple type of haze, and it looks really cool, and I'll show you that here in a minute. This is a red and gold color that's been done in the crevices. And these are on the surface, so I just want to show you those so you can get an idea. Those were done on the surface.
You can also use embossing powder to blend into like a translucent clay to make a faux stone, which will be part of the project
On Polymer Clay Classroom.
Classroom.
So what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to just pour a little on top of my already baked piece, and then I want to use my fingers to kind of push it into the holes of the stamp. So you can just start with a little until you get it into all the little holes. Now, what you want to do is you want to make sure that there's no embossing powder on top. So you want to make sure that it's only in the crevices. That's the trick. Otherwise, you'll see it on the top of the clay, which is not the effect we're going for here. So this is a little messy, so have a paper towel ready or something to get you started. So I'm just going to try to wipe it clean, because if you don't wipe the embossing powder off before you heat it with the heat gun, it'll be on the surface. So you want to make sure it's off the surface. Okay, so let me move this stuff out of the way, and then I'm going to come back with the heat gun and we're going to see what it looks like. So now I'm going to hit it with my heat gun.
And you don't want to use a heat gun that has a blower in it. The kind that blows out hot air. This one just creates heat.
Right, and you probably don't want to be working on wax paper. You want to work on glass because this gets hot. But since we're in a hotel room doing this, we're going to do it on the wax paper so we don't ruin their surface here. So I'm letting it get really hot because I want that embossing powder to melt. And it takes a few minutes because this is kind of thick.
Now, are you in danger of burning your clay?
The clay's already fired. No, I haven't.
No?
I've never burnt it.
Okay.
And it might take a while. Here, it's starting to...
I can see it turning on the edges.
It's starting to go. But some places it's a little deeper. It's getting there. You'll see it melt, and you won't see the embossing powder anymore. You'll just see the... There we go. It's almost there. It's hot. Hotsy-totsy. And here you have it.
It's really nice. Yeah.
And it's an easy technique. You saw it took seconds, and you can really get some really cool things and really cool designs with it.
So remember, you can use your embossing powder in the cracks, on the surface if you use a pigment ink, not an alcohol ink. It has to be an ink that stays wet or mixed into the clay.
And you want to make sure that the piece you're working with has already been fired. That's important. So have fun with it and play around and come back and see us on polymerclayclassroom.com.
Send me some sorry lines, but passion undying that the oceans can't subside. The storm blew from behind with all of your light.